Yellow, pink plus Nate below. So look at the lineup. There's no Maverick being brought again because again you just can't really bring the Maverick. You could bring the Maverick instead of a Mauro in this specific circumstance. Dude, we're gonna go in main window. 4 guys down the hatch. Kayak is an SMG 11 to fight against. So Kayak dies. He might get 1. Nope, he gets none. Team kill. It doesn't matter though. We get full side control. Everybody else is roaming. So if one guy holds off... Oh, Cypher's injured as well. Wait, how did he get injured? Did they double team injure? Exoda's also hip firing. What the fuck is happening? Mav is banned? I know Mav is banned. I guess it's a bad point. My point is Maverick wouldn't be brought even if he wasn't banned. That's my point. I don't know how Scyther got injured, I'll be honest. I actually don't know. Exodus is just baiting. He's on the mattress holding no angle. Nah, dude. This is what I mean. TT9, they're just bad, right? Everybody drops the hatch, and then somehow they team kill 1 person, maybe 2 people, and then no one holds main stairs. 1 guy gets injured, as I mentioned earlier. Nobody holds the office push in. You can literally keep 1 guy on the office hatch and 1 guy main stairs, and then retaking the bomb site is impossible, essentially, because you can do the boost spot on office hatch, hold the rotate into office, free kill. The guy who rushed main stairs just holds main stairs or puts a flank drone for the guy who dies. Easy hold. Then all you gotta worry about is a construction daughter master bedroom, and you can get a safe plant. But they all dropped the hatch, and then nothing happened. Diffuser got dropped inside the office. Team kill occurred.
This is a nice 3-floor roam from NaVi.
Thank you, repeats.
Oddly enough, these are the kind of moments when you look. I'll tell you, this is too
nice.
easy. Teb finds 1 for himself. But I was gonna
Teb.
say,
Oh, this round is over. This round is over. Oh lord. Where's the garage door pressure? Where's the garage breach? They're just feeding players on this, and it's like Thatcher Thermite dead. Now you have 4 grenades and an ace in the board. Oh boy. It might be a flawless. This is a basement attack, by the way.
No, absolutely not. They've got so much work to do.
I could just fall back to side here. Play it safe. Leave the 1 guy above to just be on an island.
So if they come up against one of those TT9 players, they just hit the pause button. They just wait where they are. They burn out a little bit more time. As it stands, I think all 5 have now got themselves back down.
You can't really win this round. Like, this is a statistical impossible round to win. Of course, you could just walk down main stairs and get 5 kills in theory, but statistically it's impossible to win. There's also the bomb side that if anything you should lose as an attacker, because you don't have Hibana, so like it makes this bomb side a lot harder to attack, especially with this lineup. Because like playing ace on a basement attack is a little bit troll, because you might as well just play Buck and get secondary hard breach, and you can get 2 hatches, and then Thermite can get the wall if you want the wall, because ace can only get 1.5 hatch, so the value that you get from ace is pretty bad. Oh, another flawless. 1 guy dies. Unlucky. Right? Because like, what would you use ace for? What would you use ace for? Let's say you Thermite Moto Hatch or Blue Hatch because they're safe. You can then, technically you can ace the kitchen hatch if you wanted to, but you can just do verticality and then you can Thermite it, secondary hot breach, gadget it, whatever. Ace over secondary hot breach doesn't really bring you any real value. I don't think. Like, you get a nice gun if you want to argue the gun point, but you're not getting any kills, so does it matter? Look, Thatcher walks in, no follow-up, no drone. Then Thermite gets off drone, sprints in, dies. Let me guess, the garage door was closed, nobody had breached the soft wall in garage, and nobody was lounge. So just bring breaching charges? Yeah, there's like, if you play Buck, you get the soft breach, and you get the hard breach gadget, and you get a gun 6, right? Versus Thatcher getting secondary breaching charges, and then a hard breach gadget that is worse than secondary hard breach gadget, and you don't get the gun 6. So the Buck would give you like significantly more value in that case, utility wise.
Like, wow, he's really a
That's
great
my
player.
thinking, at least.
But as you say, if he TT9, either in terms of roster
I do
or
like the
in terms of
bandit
play
for this
style,
particular bomb site, just because you slow down the attackers, because bar is a very big bomb site to attack. It's arguably the biggest bomb site, because like basement, you only play top floor and basement really. But with this, you can play basement, first floor, top floor. Like a lot more proficiently, because you can't really roam bar like once you get map control. Once you do top floor. All of them using suppressor. Most pro league players are slowly starting to use suppressor. Yes, there are still some that don't. For example, Cypher. But as I've been saying, like, if you have no issues with the recoil, you should play suppressor, because there's only benefits to doing it. Suppressor is like really strong. Outcam. Nico doesn't see it. Oh, Nico didn't see it. This could be a C4 kill. Knave is kind of far away for the C4 though. Maybe leader is closer. You kind of dig in that Castle is brought more. I mean, Castle is a very high value operator, and he's got the 1.5x. And you get beat boops or bulletproof camera. Like, Castle's value is actually surprisingly high. Yeah, it does, Feral, because if you're not like a content creator or whatever, you will just stay banned. That's why it's very concerning. Red ping coming out? Or was that the alibi prism? I can't tell. I thought it was a red ping. Thank you, Black Hammer. See, the Castle barricades just take up so much time and resources. They can still banny trick the wall as well. So now, how do you attack this if you're TT9? You gotta, what you can do limited attack. You can, with air jab, you can air jab this, you can air jab this, and then you can just leave top floor and hold one guy on the hatch. You can go downstairs stage bar and you can attack that front door side. They're trying to full clear top floor, which is not gonna work. One, there's not enough time, and two, they haven't gotten the opening kill. You cannot do this. You need to just leave top floor once you get with the hatch control connector. Cause like, look, there's 35 seconds left. The fuser's on the rooftop. The bomb site is bar, by the way. It's not gym. Do they think it's a gym attack? Do they think it's a gym attack? There's no way.
As he helps push NaVi towards another round win. Cider, he moves in, but he's just trying to clear out the top floor.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That last swing, he's not even aiming at him. He's like, he's just dead. Well, now they get to attack Jim again, back to back. Or CC's, or CC? Oh, there we go, Jim. Much better. Much better. That's where they started. There's no way they thought it was a gym attack. Okay, I'm not saying they thought it was a gym attack. I'm just saying they attacked it like it was a gym attack. It was a power attack. I feel like they might have thought it was a gym attack until the very end, and then they realized that they might as well just fucking commit. Because like the way they attacked it was so fucking poor. Again, you can't full clear with 40 seconds, 4 versus 5, no jacuzzi breach, no office control. No, nothing, right? You can't. Let's say they had gotten top floor control and killed like three players, right? So they're playing 3 or 4. They would have like 10 seconds to plant bar. With no info, no drones, no anything.
But at least for now, the aggression they're showing and how they're giving nothing to TT9 for free is really good aggressive siege.
The thing I love about Clubhouse is that it's the perfect map to expose fundamentals. Because Clubhouse is basically like a massive checklist that you have in your head on attack. It's like, okay, if you want to attack garage, we gotta have garage door open, soft breach on the wall, jacuzzi, silver breach open. That's like the 3 steps to a garage attack, right? And if you miss one of those steps, you will just see a massive weakness being abused, which is what we saw like the previous round. So you can always tell, like, if you're like a team in like tier 3 or tier 2 or tier 1 or tier 4, if by playing Clubhouse attack, you can expose a lot of fundamental weaknesses in your own attacks. Same with droning. How fast can you roam clear a basement roam? How fast can you figure out if anybody is even roaming in the first place? Again, you can really check your fundamentals in this map. Probably more than any other map. I think Bank is similar, but Bank is a much bigger map, so it's harder to do. There's much more like nitty-gritty details, like people hiding in stupid corners, etc. Look at the time. TT9 taking a minute to take garage control. Skitty falls back on a soft counter. He could have stayed if he wanted to. place the numbers instead. And I bet you TT9 will take another like 30 seconds to probably take this ground up until connector before they start doing anything. It's been 15 so far. Yep. So how are they gonna get in here? Have they double reinforced the office wall? They have. Do they have impacts? Because you see there's a hole above the reinforcement. That should signify to Thermite not to put it fucking standing level. You gotta put it crouched. If you see fucking holes above, like if you see this holes above the reinforcement, you gotta put your exothermic charge crouch level. Crouch level. Otherwise, you get impact tricked. Right? He's trying to break the soft wall to then breach further in so you can't get banny tricked or impact tricked, which would work a lot better with a sledge, but this works. This is actually really good. You should have done that the first time around. Doesn't work. Now you're fucked. Now you're fucked. So now we spent a minute taking office. We didn't get the wall opened up. Now we gotta brute force a door and windows. We can't take office control because walls double reinforced. We have no Selmas left, do we? No Selmas left. So now we gotta brute force it. Now there's no frost, which does massively benefit the attackers. And Navi's playing very far back with nobody in bathroom. So the plant does go down. No, C4 comes out, bomb does not go down. Yoga drones are live yellow ping information as well. Now they can brute force one door, one gym, and they can get the kill here. So only 3 members I can cover, or 2 members I can cover. Because third guy's planter. Navi kinda bottled this round. I won't lie, they kinda bottled this round. They did. The worst attack we've seen so far becomes the only round they win. Now they had no real bathroom player, no real chassis player, no mattress player. They were playing office and main stairs, and they just fucking walked in and no one shut back. Maestro or my Goyo kind of signifies a passive basement. Before they played what, Leash and Mute something else. I feel like you probably want to roam again, given how bad TT9's roam clear was, and they're not bringing the Jackal or any roam clear operators, at least last time. We'll see. It is hard to turtle on basement, typically speaking, because, you know, attackers, if they can clear the map fast enough, they can just, you know, get what they want breach-wise. Ibana is banned, and they're not bringing enough hard breach. Let's say this is all they bring. They can get, and everything's reinforced, they can get 2 hatches and a half, or they can get 3 hatches and dirt open. That's all they can do. So, and that's assume that everything goes perfectly, right? They can get 3 hatches and dirt, which means they can't go church. And if they get impact tricked or C4 or anything, then they can't breach what they want. Very special, because no other siege caster was allowed to in the past. And I'm not trying to fuck that up either. So I'm respecting that situation as much as I can. So they lost Sledge, lost a bit of verticality, not the end of the world because they got double soft breach secondaries, so they can compensate for it, and they need to get verticality to deny the impact trick to then breach this hatch because they're playing Thermite Ace, right? So now they're keeping the Ace left for the kitchen hatch, which is smart. It's the riskiest hatch to breach. You go 1 at a time in case of impacts. It's also smart. And no one's gonna challenge. So they get what they want. The third summer charge could go on dirt if they didn't breach it already. Just to get like an entry point to dirt if they want. I think Saronic parted ways with Pro League around the same time he worked for Navi. Like very similar timing is my memory. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure that timing was very, very close. It's a big kill from Skiddy onto the garage guy. Good trade back from Exodus. Good trade from Knave. Hatch drop. Fire pop. Nice one tap. C4 in pocket. 1v2 can play time. 25 seconds. WTG cannot plant here. He has to get either 1 kill or clear out the blue area. Because if you start planting here, it's just not gonna work, right? You get 1v2 sandwiched. You saw the backpack. Maybe not. See, now he can actually work the plant angle if he's fast. He's gotta go right now. No, not enough time. He planted the wrong spot. He can still win the round off the 1v1 here, but it's risky. Okay, they have no idea he's planning apparently. Never mind. Yeah, he has no idea. He's lost. Yeah. Surprisingly enough, he didn't hear it. You probably should plant third box in that scenario, because if you cross over here, you only have 6 seconds left. It's not enough time to actually plant if the Maestro plays further up, because Maestro did play that extremely passively in that 1v1. Because how you win there as a defender is that you just want to be close enough to stop the plant, but not close enough to where you might die. And you can burn down the clock, force him to sprint into you, or stick the plant and get the kill regardless. You played a little bit too passive with the Maestro. Because he doesn't work in the space, right? So he's a guest analyst, so to speak.
TT9 lessons to be learned.
Hello, Crystal Asuna. So this is better. Now we get Garrett's door presence. Fifth, catwalk wall opened up. Well, they failed it, but they tried. Server wall opened up. We're just missing soft wall garage, I think. Which there is a guy out there. Impact trick goes out to deny the second summer charge. Again, we're slowing down TT9 massively. They can't just walk in because shield top red. It's a great setup. They gotta clear garage first. Again, the way you clear this is either you walk up red stairs somehow and get a kill, or, or you gotta clear out the garage player. It was a good double push, right? One guy went up the staircase and then you pushed in through the breach. But now you forgot about the catwalk guy.
Finds himself a freebie. A second, make it a third, why not? It's Kayak to collect that one, but 2 kills coming from
boy.
TT9. And suddenly, Tim, things aren't looking as
2v2 is great for defenders in this bomb site. They have no spare Rio.
We're down to a 2 versus 2.
Yeah, maybe NaVi not using those man advantage situations.
Banshee main stairs. The windows are window vault prompts. They can only really come office and they can come master door. Otherwise they'll know one way or another. They have a bulletproof camera somewhere, but I think it's in gym. Or in CC rather. Yeah, exactly, Paul. Similar to you NAL with the desk host every week. Not every week, but I think we have 3 guest analysts this season. We had Super, we had Penguin, and then we were gonna have Kids Guys, but Kids Guys is not playing for Dark Zero. But we have someone else who I can't leak who that is, who's coming in for. It might be this week that that person is here actually. He saw his backpack there. So NaVi's in a great spot in a 2v2. Last Toxic Babe goes out, window prompt gets forced in. That's the round right there. That's the round. He jumped in while his teammate was gassed off the door. Can't push through. Another vault prompt audio cue. That's also why making a vault hole for office is amazing. I'm not sure why we're holding aggressively there. We can just play passive. Kayak plays it well. He falls back, but not too far back. He can now run back upstairs, and he can win the round. If he had if he had planted earlier. Had Kayak gone all the way to basement, it would not be enough time to get back upstairs necessarily. Side swap first round, we hover Buck and we hover Nook. I'm a big fan of this. Question is, do you go Sledge with Knave? You don't need Sledge because you got Buck, so it's like, you get the nades here instead. If you want to. Buck likely has secondary Heartbreach Gadget. Actually, he doesn't. Ace, Thermite, and Buck secondary Heartbreach Gadget? Not necessary, you can't go Flashbangs. Yeah, there we go. Sled, yeah, I like this. See, this is what you want to do. You play double Heartbreach, but Buck replaces the Ace, right? That's what we said about TT9. If you go from Ace to Buck, you get Gun 6, secondary Heartbreach Gadget, and you get Soft Breach. For basement specifically, crazy value. For other bomb side, it's like optionally good. And you still get nades on the Sledge, Soft Breach here. And then Nook goes onto Ace again. I don't fucking know. We're playing triple Heartbreach on this Bucket Flashbangs.
We're going to end things off, start things off on the second half here for TT9 on the defensive side. Going to the site that
hey, they're playing triple Heartbreach. Ace to my Buck.
To Church Arsenal, they can then go to gym and bedroom, to those more popular 2 sides.
Alright, so I like the Bandit being brought out here. That's what I really would love to see. It is peculiar that we're starting CCTV bomb side because it's arguably one of the weakest bomb sites in the game. With Maverick banned and holding downstairs, you can kind of try, but now you lose 2 members. So this is the issue, right? They have 2 people trying to hold downstairs. Why? Because the second you get downstairs control, you can breach the wall for free. You can just Sophia the floor, stun, bandage to get stopped, wall is open, right? So now they've lost 3 members trying to hold downstairs for the bandit. If you don't play bandit, the wall gets opened up faster, but you don't lose all this value. So it's like either you lose 3 members and the round is lost by bandit tricking, or you get the kills and you win the round by bandit tricking. It's a very risky playstyle. I like the bandit, but I don't like dying for it. If they start going below, you just say, okay, we bought, you know, a minute, 10 seconds of the clock. Let's just fall back, give them the breach regardless, and then fight the 5v5. Because you don't hold downstairs if they come, right, Paul? The second they're inside a blue, you go back up the red stairs and you fall back. So you don't really hold it. It's more like you just give them another thing to checklist, if that makes sense. Because if you play mute, Thermite will just repel and breach the wall for free. By playing bandit, you force them to go below, which should be what you should be happy with. You wasted time, you wasted a grenade or a Sophia stun, a Sophia soft breach, and you know, you wasted a couple drones. That should be your goal. Your goal should not be to die downstairs or win downstairs. The bomb set is not downstairs. You don't care about downstairs that badly. It's a matter of forcing out utility and burning down the clock, because the timer is a utility piece, right? The less time attackers have, the more sloppy they will be. Less time to drone, less drones available, less utility to use to like clear out player positions. The thing you care about the most on CCTV is garage. The guy playing catwalk, right? You can play that with Asami if it's not banned, but while Maya is very common, you have Jaeger, DSs, etc. That's your stronghold. So if you just waste a minute holding blue, then you fall back to the bomb side, they still need to go to garage, spend another minute clearing out garage, and then all of a sudden they're executing with less than 40 seconds, and you got C4s and you got smoke grenades. So there's so much you can do. So much. If you want to hold downstairs, you got to do it with a castle or a mirror or both. Where you do like the downstairs lounge hold, castle off the main door, castle off the stock door, put a shield, and you can like soft hold it. Until they break all those barricades or whatever. And it's also, again, like a lot more utility commitment from the attackers. But I wouldn't say you can just, like, put one guy with red stairs, put one guy lounge corner, and just, like, somehow win the round, you know? And that's also, again, why NaVi just, like, shredded through them. Skiddy's had a field day. Teb's had some good kills. It's like either you commit or you don't commit. You can't play the middle ground. And that's like an issue in general in any map. It's like, say you're doing basement clubhouse and you're roaming and you have like one guy roaming, 4 guys on side. You're doing it wrong. You gotta roam with 4 people, 1 guy's side, and you gotta full commit. Otherwise it's not gonna work. Then you can play 1 side, 1 bar, 2 top floor, right? And then like the 5th one is like a +1. They can be double bar, be triple top floor, whatever. Have a guy hiding somewhere, like perhaps. You can nade from CC window, yeah, Hypo, you can. You can nade from CC window, nade below, Sophia below, Ash below. Or you can play EMP/Maverick. And you can Sophia stun the drone hole with EMPs. Because like, that last round, if they had Thatcher being played and Sophia, they can just EMP the breach, stun through drone hole, and breach the wall again. There's so many ways to problem solve bandit tricking. So it's not about, you don't play bandit to actually think you're gonna bandit trick, you play bandit to burn utility or time. Because you should never be allowed to bandit trick at this level of play. Ideally. Can we not leave out Capital? Capital is not really played in Pro League. Like, Capital is what I would say an underrated operator. Like, he should be played more. But the gadget is kind of wonky. It's kind of like you got a weapon swap. It has like a slow usage. You gotta be exposed because you can't bounce it off walls. It doesn't have soft breach. And also you gotta be very close to. I don't know. You can play Capital, but also with Capital you gotta play Thatcher. Because if you fire from the window, you can't clear the bandit charge because the fire doesn't break it. So you would need to either grenade it anyway or EMP and Capital. When you could just nade or Sophia and then that's it. And you involve 1 less person. We used to bandit to a Capital back in the day with Fabian. Back when Thatcher was never banned because there was no ban system back then, right? And you could put EMP, fire, breach. And it worked really well. It's just, Capital is only good for that specific thing, whereas these operators are pretty good for everything. If there's no Capital being brought, you can definitely play Capital, but while Mai's play rate is pretty high these days. Especially on club, because you get impacts. So we're fishing, this is fishing. We're just nading with no information. It's really bad to do in my opinion right now, because you only have 2 grenades in this entire lineup. So the only 2 grenades you have, you're just fishing with. Whereas, you know, last season you had 6 or 8 grenades, so fishing made no, like, fishing was fine. You had so many grenades to spare. But right now, grenades are so valuable that you almost should never fish with them unless you're desperate. We're somehow in the bomb site. And there's no defenders here. Somehow. We're playing retake now. I don't know how this happened. Plant goes down with 17 seconds. Leader has office. 2 guys has master door. Downstairs guys an issue because the red pings come out. Kayak plants on concrete. Right, this is concrete. You cannot die from C4s here. You cannot get floor banged. And NaVi does what TT9 couldn't do the first round. They're holding down the 2 avenues. Main stairs and construction/office. And the 3rd guy is an active holder on master door. It's very well held from NaVi. But it's a little bit scary with the aggressive potential of Ash and Sophia. That's a bit of an unlucky situation. Ski would have not only 14-4, but he also would have gotten the opening kill into a bandit, which in this case would be quite good if you want to do a church attack. He can still get right here. If he wins the gunfight, he does not. Risky. I'm very surprised he walks down the main stairs with Nook when the only advantage was lost. Bandit knew he was being chased by a Nook. He knew she was coming, and you still take the risk. Imagine you wait for Buck to buck the floor, then you walk down the same second. Bandit's probably gonna turn around, run away, feel the pressure, they know where he is, whatever. But he pushes like 5 seconds early, all alone, and then Buck bucks the floor after the fact. It's Skitty playing a little bit too, like, it might be a 2-6 ego thing. He's 13-4 before he died. It might just be like, he just doesn't have the discipline. But waiting for Buck there would have been like the better play.
They will react to it.
It's like small things like that do have an impact at this level of play. Again, huge fan of the Buck for this bomb site. I would probably play Sledge instead of Nook personally, but other than that, I like it.
I think TT9 are actually in pretty good spots right now. They've got themselves back on site. They found their opener.
What do we have? We have 3 toxic babes, 1 C4 in defense. We can bomb site deny. This right here is a pillar plant angle.
It's not the end of the world.
This is a pillar plant angle.
Absolutely not.
I don't think you can drop kitchen hatch against this, especially because you're 4v5 low HP on Buck. But if you buck the pillar plant in hallway, you push freeway with flashbangs, and you can plant pillar. That's what I would do. You don't have time for dirt. You can risk drop a hatch, but like it's really against the odds here. I feel like Hibana rework is needed soon because Ace completely replaced her. False. Hibana is still the best hard breach in the entire game. Like, if you average it out. Ace has not replaced Hibana even the slightest because Hibana is best for hatches and Ace is worst for hatches. Oh god, Scyther. Nice swings. Team kill! Oh my god. Team kill with a pistol, which means he's swinging with his secondary. What I would do with Hibana, personally, to make her more balanced, is right now she has a 2-4-6 pellet change. They should make it 4 and 6. I think the 2 pellet is just way too bullshit for castle barricades, for soft destruction, for hatches, for impact baiting. The 2 pellet thing is just way too good. Like, imagine you can throw out like a quarter of a Selma charge. It's like, and you can force out an impact grenade with that. It's like the value that you gain is absurd. And 2 pellets, well, 1 pellet can kill a castle barricade. 1 pellet will open up a wall. 1 pellet will destroy a shield on a soft floor. It's like the value that you gain is absolutely ridiculous. And the only real counter is going to be bandit or kite tricking. Which, again, isn't really a big thing in this game because A, operator bans, and 2, nades, etc. 1 Selma equals 1 hatch. If you made 1 Selma 1 hatch, then you would make Ace the best harbiter in the game for all the wrong reasons. I think Thermite is so well balanced. He has a big explosive radius, a short charge up time, but a big sound queue, and he's melee. Ace cannot get hatches. His wall destruction is limited, and has 3 Selmas, and he's very easy to impact trick, but he has a good gun, he's ranged. Hibana is the most supportive character, very slow breach, very loud audio cue. She has a worse primary weapon with less bullets, but she's a good secondary, and she has throwable utility of flashbangs. And she's amazing for hatches and impact tricks. I feel like the current balance is really good. Maverick was always way too strong in my opinion, but with the nerfs, the nades being removed, I think Maverick is also very balanced now. I don't think the Heartbreacher meta has ever been this good with the Maverick change. And then you get secondary Heartbreach like can openers on Monty or Buck or whatever. And they also work with it. And they got buffed last patch. They're faster now. Like, they activate, I think it's 25% faster, 20% faster. So, you don't spend as much time waiting for them.
So that's the one thing that we've really got to consider here.
Is Frost too OP? Thankfully not. Frost is only good for window maps, which isn't very common. Also, they're playing Rook. Is that the first Rook in Pro League this season? It must be, no? It has to be one of the first ones. Maybe it's been played once before. But like, Doc and Rook's play rate is like non-existent. Mav is balanced? Yeah, Maverick was only played a lot before because he was overpowered. Now that Maverick is balanced, he's played a lot less. He's only really played, I mean, he's banned this game for reference. But Maverick's only played now in the specific circumstance where he's actually good. Whereas before you can play him every single round, always, which means he's too strong. If you can bring one operator for every single attack in the game, they are either A, unique and they are needed for the attack, or B, they're too strong. There's no real in between. Like Sledge, you can bring for every single bomb site. Is he overpowered? No. But Sledge is the only vertical operator with grenades because Buck lost the grenades, right? Before that, it was Buck and Sledge sharing that pick rate. Sledge's better for castle barricades and Buck was better for verticality. They both had nades, boom. Thatcher used to be the strongest attacker in the entire game because he was unique. Now he got secondary EMPs. He's not as strong anymore, but still good. Maverick had grenades and EMPs built into one with his gadget that could make all soft. He was too strong. This is fucking messy. I feel like Navi should just default this and just actually chill out.
But he's got 4 kills to find. It's not going to be easy. They know exactly where he's coming into. I guarantee they've heard.
The only kill they got was a nade kill.
Exodus runs down and gets the kill. Well played from T. Bathroom area. Sorry.
Ace is fine the way he is. Hibana's mostly fine the way she is, but the 2-pellet thing is kind of bullshit. And Thermite's fine the way he is. I don't think we've ever had this good balance for Heartbreachers, and I don't think they should change. I don't think that should change. I don't even know what operators I would change right now if I could. I would just rework like the bad operators if I could, like Gridlock, Caveira, Fuse. I would like to like rework Blitz, but I don't want to change his gadget because like the way Blitz is very fun. Obviously, I would give IQ something. I agree. Like I would give IQ a gun 6 and then rework her gadget into the pistol and the scanner, or I would give her secondary EMP so that she can EMP with her gadget because like that's a fun mechanic. Like, think Pulse C4, Valkyrie C4, Info Gadget, and then pay off with a C4. IQ has a scanner to see electronics, and she has secondary EMPs. Like, it's very fun. Like, that's the stuff I would focus on, if anything. Give Blitz a longer shield, not to get shot in the feet while running. That would be fucking broken. That would actually... That's a nice impact, actually. I think it was from the softball here. Actually, see, again, impacts are kind of strong, right? That's a thermite charge. And that was 2 Ibana pellets. 0 value is gained from that impact grenade. Like, what they should do, they should nerf Monty, so Monty basically cannot kill people. Like, I'm not even kidding. Remove Monty's pistol, so that he only has a pistol if he weapon swaps. So Monty is basically like full utility. Give him like a 3rd smoke grenade, make his gadget extendable on a timer or with a counter, remove his pistol. Make him a fucking tank. And then you gotta buff Blitz, so Blitz is like your aggressive shield, who's a bit stronger than he is now. Because right now, Monty is better than Blitz in every single scenario besides speed. And Blitz will just die half the time running in. And Monty is like a killing machine and a tank. It's like they need to have their own individual roles, if anything. I don't think the interrogation mechanic works in Siege. I don't think so. Not at all. Especially like the higher level of play you play at, A, people drone better, people play together, and people don't go alone on the map as much. And the way maps are designed and the way they're played out, Caveira just doesn't have a lot of value. Like, flanking is so hard, and if you get a flank injure, you're not gonna want to take time to interrogate someone. You could make it faster, but then it's like, you can just fucking gamble it, because if you get the interrogation, you win the round, so you can just fucking run up a staircase, insta-interrogate, and then the round is over, right? I feel like the entire gadget would have to be reworked for that to work. It's a good, they changed plant spot with the last 4 seconds here. Yellow ping comes out. It actually was winnable if Exodus had played it. Oh, there it is. You know what the worst part is? Kayak could have planted deeper on the bed, first of all. Unless you can't plant anymore. I'm not sure if that's changed. Or could have planted concrete like he did the first time. Because that's the round victory in a 1v3. You go concrete because of the verticality, you win the round. Or you plant gym. One player will drop the hatch to like distract. And the second player can hold the angle. Because they could have planted gym in that scenario. They had the Jordan bar. They knew where he was coming from. They know it's a Melusi. They know it's impact operator later on. Well, they know Melusi doesn't have a C4. So, like, they should just know that they're fine if they just aggressive hold it. One guy drops the hatch there, you buy enough time to plant. You can play a 1v1, 1v2 post plant, and you're pretty much guaranteed to win the round. So that's Navi stressing down the clock and just being nervous about the throw, so to speak. And then already they throw because of it. Time Monty Shield as his primary and keep an option to secondary pistol and gun 6. Exactly. I think you can do something like that for Blackbeard, for Monty rather. Wait, we're in the round? Oh, wait, what? Okay. C4 gets missed above, so he failed the lineup. That C4 could have gotten something. He got EMP'd midair anyway, perhaps. So they're playing EMP hard breach so they can breach out church wall. I feel like if you Thermite left and Selma right, they have no Thermites left, ignore me. But they got the wall open anyway. The issue is, Thermite's playing flash instead of smokes, and you have nothing left to throw. So this guy's hard to clear out. You have 2 nades on TB3, but I think he's the main stairs. Because, like, it's hard to get in here with no smokes. You got 40 seconds. Skitty, you need to be a hero for blue attack, or Leader has to get a nasty intro kill.
Not the case anymore, so let's see if NaVi can make this work now.
Skitty has not gotten a kill since like round 2, I think, or round 1 attack. Well, he got the nade kill, I guess. No, he hasn't actually. He's 13 kills. Leader got the entry, so now we're in the bomb, so they can plant here. Or we plant black box, either or. Bomb should go down. Post plant is okay for them. It's not a bad post plant. It's not an amazing post plant.
But TT9, they've done this before.
It's the West versus East retake is the issue, Tim. Yes, there is a couple of players dug in on the downstairs.
Yeah, they have no impacts here, so they can't make a rotate back B. This is kind of shit if you're TT9. It's like really hard to win this round. They got a good setup. Hatch holds one, boom, Moto and S guy, he's inside breach. Wait, actually, where's third guy? I only see 2. Oh, third guy's. Oh, you see, oh yeah, there. Yeah, Moto, breach, and then above. So this guy's holding long. It's a good hold. It's a very disciplined post plant.
Honestly, it's really tough for TT.
Could have been a lot faster game for Navi there. They were struggling in their attacking rounds, but it was okay. Somebody asked what other operators have had complete reworks besides the Shanga. Complete reworks? Let's think. Is it just a Shanka? Who else has gotten a complete rework? I think it's just a Shanka. No other gadget's been changed that drastically, right? There's been... I can only think of the Shanka. I can't think of a second operator. I might have missed one. But I don't think so. Oh, Goyo! Ah, fuck. I mean, okay. Goyo's gadget does the same thing but differently. But technically it did get reworked, yeah. Technically Goyo. Because, like... Before it was a shield, now it's a canister. But like, it's the same thing. But yeah. Lion doesn't count. Lion doesn't count. Lion's the same exact gadget. It's just a weaker version. Goyo actually got changed. Blackbeard also didn't get reworked. Exact same gadget. The numeric value of the health of the shield got changed. It's the same gadget. Yeah, Goyo got changed and Shanga got changed. I'll take those 2 answers. I'm not gonna take Blackbeard.